Hey, it's Mr. Random Pop Culture News Freak here, Mr. MannyTendoWolverine. As always, you guys, the rest of introductions and introductions towards this channel on my social media links, such as Twitter, X, Instagram, BShoot, Reddit, and all that good stuff, and Reddit. Like, share, comment, share the video around. As always, really care about my stuff, hit the bell notification. As always, you really care about my freaking content on this channel. Subscribe. My fellow peoples and watchers and viewers and fans out there. Anyways, Squid Games Season 3. This dropped about, what, 2, 3, 4 days ago? May 5th, so it's like May 10th already, so 5 days ago. As always, I'm actually doing like probably going to be 10, 11, maybe 12 reaction videos I'm doing. And like 2 of them I'm just going to be doing on this PC right here. So there is that. And yeah, without further ado, the only thing I'm going to say about it is this. It's funny because I can't find nowhere in like the freaking internet where like the English translating for Korean to English. So I gotta read the English dub on the bottom. I still haven't found no fucking place where to find to actually watch the second season of Squid Games. I never even got to watch it. I only watched maybe half of the first one, but I always just kept wondering because I don't speak Korean. I speak English and then Spanish a little bit, and that's it. I don't know other languages besides those two. I did have actually a South Korean dude that was a friend of mine way back in the day. I don't know if I ever told you this old ass story about a friend that was South Korean. There was actually 3 of them. One of them was a Vietnamese one, the other one was Filipino, and the other one was Korean. And I'm just gonna call him his real name. Like, I'm not gonna say it, but let's just call him Joey. So Joey, this guy. I think it was like freshman year all the way to senior year. I hung out with him in high school. And the other 2, I didn't hang out with as much, 7th, 8th grade, because they were both like in middle school. Actually, no, one was in middle school. The other one was a Filipino person to high school too. So that Vietnamese one I never saw again after that. I think he ended up moving to like, I don't know if he went to a more ghetto high school or a nicer suburban high school. I don't know. It depends. But yeah, man. The ones I was most close to was like a Korean one of the Filipino ones. The Filipino one, dude. No offense to other Filipino people out there, Hawaiians, but bro, one of this one right here, he annoyed the living freaking shit out of me. My God, the second I got out of high school, I didn't want nothing to do with him at all. I still kept in good contacts with the Korean one, all the way to like the 4 or 6 years I was doing like college university, not college university. I was doing like community college first, and then college university. Like after like 2012 or 2013, I never got to see him again. I don't know if he ended up moving back to South Korea because he always had like these dreams and goals and ambitions and like this like vision that he always dreamed about moving back to South Korea because that's all he would ever talk about. He loved the shit out of that place, man. Like, and he was only 4 years old when he moved out. I guess when his parents decided to move to the United States, which is of course over here in Vegas. I don't know if he went to Cali first because he did. I think he told me he moved to like, I don't know which part of California. I think it was either like the San Diego part or might have been the OC. No offense to Asian people. I heard in the 90s, 2000s, 2010s, a lot of people besides San Francisco. I know San Francisco was a fuck ton of Asian people that live out there. But like I think the other players in the Orange County area, that's another second big, huge population where a lot of Asian people live at. I don't know if that's true or not. Never been to that part of Cali. I've only been to certain parts of that state, not all of them. But yeah, like I think he moved there first, and then about 5 or 6 years after that, then I think he moved out here to Vegas after that, and he stood there ever since, I guess, until I think it was either 2013 or 15. I think he ended up moving out the city because I don't know if he ever moved out to the place where he was at before OC, or can't imagine. I wouldn't be surprised. Hopefully he ended up moving back to like his dream place that he's always dreamed about living back in, his homeland, or his literal homeland he was born and raised in, South Korea. It's crazy, man. The thing is, like, dude Joey, man, he like, that's not his real name. His actual real name starts with a C, but I'm not gonna say what it is. So I want to like protect the dude's privacy, obviously. But I don't know, man. Every time, like, it sucked because he used to get bullied a lot at the time because he had a little bit of a disability. He had 2 disabilities. He used to talk like real bad with speech impediments. I mean, I think because he got a freak accident a long time ago, he ended up accidentally slicing off his tongue by accident. I don't know how the fuck you do that. It's scary as hell. I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. And then number 2, actually, like, dude, like, he ended up having a really bad, like, crippled walk, unfortunately. I don't know what type of disease of a walk he had. I don't know if he had it when he was born or he got no accident. He never told me how he got it, which I understand. Totally respect that he wanted to keep that private. I totally get that, but man, he kind of had a harsh-ass life, man. He really did. You really get to know, like, what his Asian roots were that much. You only get to know a tiny bit about it, but I guess his mom and dad taught him Korean first, but then later on he had to learn English. And it must have been really hard for him to learn English coming from a whole other world like South Korea out there. It's wild, man. And I remember this one other time. We were going on, like, I was driving again for the first time. I was just, first 2 years I had my license too, so I was like, I wasn't saying I was reckless on the roads the first time. Like, dude, man. But it was crazy, man. He used to, like, want me to go out with him and to drink, like, these old... This is how you know I'm old-ass fucking boomer millennial, because Gen Zers and Gen Alphas probably don't know shit about this. Unless you had an older brother, older sister that was a millennial, that used to drink either Captain Morgan's every day or fucking Four Locos. Four Locos, man. Those were the shit. I like that one, and occasionally, once every month or two, I would drink the Mike's Hard Lemonade. You know, I hated drinking alcohol or beer, because I was taught in my strictly religious Christian household, not allowed supposed to drink alcohol or beer or wine. The only one you could kind of slightly get away with is wine, but that's it. Which is so stupid. I never fucking understood that. And at the same time, I'm kind of glad I didn't get hooked to beer or wines or alcohols or any of that shit. But, since a lot of my friends weren't evangelical Christians, a lot of them were just living the ways of the world, because that's how I was living. That's how I still continue to live. They used to love getting a shitload of Four Locos and Mike's Hard Lemonade. I think he was raised more with the other two. His two favorite more were, like, Heineken's and Bud Light. That's the main two. Like, on occasion, he used to drink the Budweiser. And he worshipped these places he would go to all the time, too. Like, I think he did used to go to church once in a while, but not a lot. There's, like, Korean version of church, I guess. You know, that's respect him for that. And then he used to go to, like, a lot of, I don't know what it is. I'm not sure if this is just a white thing or Asian thing, but, like, those 3 Asian ones, they used to hang out a lot. They used to, like, talk about how great Costco's was. Like, Costco's has this and Costco's has that. It's like, no offense to Asian Oriental people if you happen to be Asian who are watching this, but what's so freaking huge about Costco's? I've never actually been there ever. Period. I've been to the other competition version of that, which was Sam's Club. I've been there a few times here and there. And it was nothing really that big. The only thing I know is that's mainly for families that have, like, what, 10, 15, 20 kids and have really big families, and their uncles or aunts, nieces, nephews, grandparents, or grandmothers or grandfathers living with them. That's the only thing I know for those 2 predominantly stores. Is it like the same thing as Sam's Club, or is it better? I don't know. One thing I know about Costco is that I think their main brand has a lot to do with, like, selling stuff that has Kirkland products, and that's it. That's all I know about it. So any Asian person that could actually, like, explain to me in the comment section, like, what's, like, super, super, absolutely, and what attracts Asian people, like, the most to buy shit from Costco's more than any other store ever. I'm not trying to generalize every Asian person likes worshiping that place, but going there, but I'm just saying. Somebody that is an Asian. Anyways, speaking of Asian stuff, one of the biggest things that ever hit South Korea, the Squid Game thing, season 3. I'm curious to see how this shit's gonna play out. Without wasting your guys' time, 3, 2, 1, let's get in. Got 2 other bits of internet news. After this, I'm just not gonna have no internet news for a while. So let's just jump into it. Hope it's good. And unfortunately, I have to distort this because I already know how Netflix is with this. So let's go into it. Great. Oh, it's the boxing version. I only remember that a little bit. I gotta watch the rest. I really do. Oh, that's probably a number. Oh, it's actually the version of Freemason United Worship. Oh, that's the that's what they want. They get number 3. What? Rotten Tomatoes. Alright, so yeah, thoughts, views, opinions, speculations on it. Since I didn't watch the whole freaking one, I think there was like 21, 25, 30 episodes of it. And I only watched one out of those 25 or 30 episodes of Squid Games. So, I still gotta check them out. Even though I'm probably gonna have to watch the whole fucking thing. Even though I don't know what the fuck they're gonna be saying. Because the English titles never got freaking put in there. Which sucks. Oh, man. This makes me wish I still had my old school Korean friends who could just translate the whole show for me. So I don't want to end up having to use Google Translate, because sometimes that thing's not even 100% accurate. It's only, 60, 70% accurate. So I don't trust Google Translate with that shit. But, yeah, real thoughts, views, opinions, speculations. And it looks pretty interesting, fascinating. And they showed as many crazy graphic shit that I thought they were going to show. Like they did with the second one for season 2. So I'm a little disappointed about that. And then again, they probably don't want to show any of that. They want you to guys see it. They want you guys to see it for yourself instead. Oh man! So the same dude that was in the second season, the main character protagonist, totally completely forgot his name. Damn. But and the front man dudes there, they got their parody version of the people that are the elites. Okay, my personal opinion, that's a real life version of what NATO and the other fools are. EU and the UN, okay, the New World Order, Knights Templar, Freemason, Illuminati, yada yada yada, Bilderberg, Rockefeller, Rothschild, yada yada yada, all that other shit. The real, actual evil people that control everything in this world. In my opinion, I think that's truth more than his opinion, but gotta say my opinion, because I don't really know. They have a shitload of money and power and greed. It makes you wonder secretly if they actually do this shit IRL. Not just as, oh, it's just a competition show. The elite billionaires, trillionaires actually do that to human beings, but like they do it completely separate from anything that the normies are ever gonna watch. That'd be even extra evil as fuck if they actually did do that IRL. But anyways, my God, that part's gonna be crazy. Because yeah, the other guy that was controlling the whole thing, the whole front man dude's in there again. Every time I see that guy, he looks like the dude that was from the 90s, early 2000s, like super villain guy from like the Power Rangers. I don't know why. I always get the old school Power Rangers vibe from him for some reason. It's crazy, man. And who else? Oh man, this is gonna be insane, bro. And then I saw another picture because I already did the thumbnail for this. I didn't watch it, but like, there's gonna be like the one that does the red light, green light thing. There's gonna be a boy version of that too. So they're gonna have to be dodging bullets 2 times or 1 time, unless he's gonna be from another childhood, kindergarten, preschool, elementary game like hopscotch or pick up sticks or I don't know, duck duck goose, but like the Korean version of that. I don't know. Anyways, 2 news articles I gotta share for you guys, and I'll be done. Okay, so a little bit of a sadder news before it gets to really super awesome, amazing news, which I'm gonna do a separate video on it possibly later on next week, if not this week. More than likely, it's gonna be next week. So this is AI, aka artificial intelligence, of dead Arizona road rage victim addresses bad person in the court. Clip of this guy named Chris Pelkey or Pelkley, who died in 2021. Says, quote, "I believe in forgiveness," after his sister fed an AI model version of him. And that's him. You can tell it's a little uncanny valley, especially when he talks. I already watched the video myself on like a boomer thing. I'm not going to tell you what place that it was, but I'm just going to tell you that they do have a YouTube channel, like 12, 13 million subscribers. You can find it in their own time. was gonna read a little bit of this, but it's kind of sad as shit, honestly, man. Hold on, there we go. This is Chris Peckley or Peakley was unalived. I gotta say it like that, I guess. In a road rage firearm incident in Chandler, Arizona in 2021. Also goes on to say, 3.5 years later, Pelkey appeared in the Arizona court case to address his unaliver. It says, quote, oh, there's a other guy too, a Hispanic dude. That sucks. But then again, Arizona, that's a lot of majority out there. It says, Gabriel Ocasias, a man who unfortunately shot me. It's a shame that we encounter each other today in those circumstances. This is a video recording of Peckley. In another life, we probably could have been good friends. I believe in forgiveness and a God who forgives. Oh, okay, so he's an evangelical Christian. I hope he actually lived that lifestyle and just didn't say that he was that labeled Christian. He's doing something, they fucking lie occasionally too. Not even fucking bullshitting with that. Also goes on to say, I always have and I still do. Pelkey continues wearing a gray baseball cap, sporting the same thick red and brown beard that he wore in life. Peckley was 37 years old, devoted to religious, and an Army combat veteran. I gotta disagree with that stuff there. I'm sorry, guys. It is what it is. I'm not even gonna get into that because I don't know arguments in the fucking comment section. He shot Pelkey at a red light in 2021 after Pelkey exited his vehicle and walked back towards Ocasias car. I don't know. Pelkey appeared from beyond the grave as he was made possible by artificial intelligence, which could be the first use of AI to deliver a victim impact statement. Stacey Wales, Pelkey's sister, told the local outlet ABC 15 that she had a recurring thought when gathered more than 40 other impact statements from Chris's families and friends. All I kept thinking about was to go back over Chris say, well said. As AI spreads across society and encounters the courtrooms, the U.S. Judicial Conference Advisory Committee has announced that it will begin seeking public comments as a part of determining how to regulate. And they regulate that shit. Yeah, they could regulate all they want, but eventually, I know, and then again, the whole Skynet AI takes over people's jobs and all that. That shit is going to happen one day. There's no fucking stopping that, unfortunately. How to regulate the use of AI-generated evidence at trials. But I thought there was another one that they did by accident. Your thoughts, views, opinions, and speculation, not real fast. I know it's completely off topic what I was talking about before, but didn't they do that by accident once before? Because I think in mid-late April, there was this one lady, and I know it was in New York City. I think she got pissed off really, really bad because this one guy or whatever, I don't know what the whole criminal court case or the story was about. I think he was like some corrupted salesman or corrupted like real estate agent, or was a corrupted something. He had lots and lots of money. That's the only thing that I know. He's like some 60, 70, 80-year-old Behito old guy or whatever. And like, I guess he was trying to get away with like whatever corruption he was trying to get away with by the New York City judicial court system and all that shit. And she's like, so this is not a real person. Like, shut that off right now. And like, you know, granted, yeah, she's a court judge lady. She could say however she wants. And talk to anyone how the fuck she wants. She has the power of mind control in her hands. Like, unfortunately, God forbid, I pray to God I'm not about to go in front of a judge if I ever, God forbid, try to like, you know, get away with criminal acts and shit like that. Try to be the best law-abiding citizen I can. I pray every day to God that I try to be like that. But anyways, as far as that goes, man, I would hate to have a freaking judge like that. Like, my God. I hope he's a super, super good-hearted person that's a judge. If I ever do have to, God forbid, ever get in trouble with the law, I probably won't. But if it ever did happen, I pray to hope to God I got a super good-ass lawyer and a super good person that's a judge. And it's not somebody that's racist or Hispanic Latinos or blacks or anything. I'm not sure. I pray I don't get an old senior Behito that has those old ways of thinking. It's just thinks only the white people are the superior race. I hope to God that never happens. But anyways, yeah, This is actually the second time I've seen this, but the first time, I guess it doesn't count because he was trying to scam the freaking court judge lady and thinking that was a real person. It was some white dude and it was like an AI generated version. It looked like a fake version of that dude that used to be in the whole Fast and Furious movies, like Paul Walker a little bit. But it wasn't a real person, it was a fake. It's again an AI generated person. That shit's just gonna keep getting more and more and more advanced to the point you're not even gonna be able to tell who's who. God forbid YouTube ends up making another channel clone of myself and like the way I am. Like it gets the voice, it gets everything 100% correct, and there's somebody out there that looks and sounds and talks the way I do. Like I hope that doesn't happen, but then again, like it's inevitable. I hope that don't happen, but it might. And then the good news, like I said, I'm gonna do a separate video on this one. This one blew my freaking mind away. I usually don't talk about a lot of Pokemon TCG shit, but Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, Black Bolt and White Fusion dual set revealed, 151 styles. I'm gonna read a tiny bit of it. This is the 4th set of 2025 for Japan, called SV11B Scarlet Violet Expansion Black Bolt and White Flare. Is officially revealed. This dual set is scheduled to release on June 6, 2025. Excuse me. This set, just like Pokemon 151, includes 156 Unova Pokemon released in the Black and White video games. They specifically mention this setting of the adventures of Pokemon Black and White for Pokemon Black and White 2. Oh my freaking god. When I saw this almost 4 days ago, it was by the time you guys see maybe 5 days old. That blew the shit out of my mind. Even though, granted, Generation 2 and 4 Pokemon is always going to be my fucking babies. Fucking goddamn the best in the universe. Best games of all time for the Pokemon series. I know there's a lot of people that like Gen 1 a lot better. That's their number 1, or Gen 3, Gen 6, 7, 8, or 9. The ones that are probably Gen 5 through 9. And probably a lot of young Gen Zers and Alpha kids that grew up with Pokemon way later on. Obviously. You would think somebody that grew up in the 90s would be Gen 1 as number 1. No. That was actually my third least favorite. My first 2 favorites of all time was Gold, Silver, Crystal, the original ones. And then I was always Diamond and Pearl. Always. When I'm an old man in the grave, I'm always gonna, old man about to hit the grave. That's always gonna be my babies. But I don't know if that's Game Freak and Creatures Inc. Like I said, I'm not gonna get too much into it because I want to save it for another separate video. All I'll say is this: I'm not sure if there's little hints of them maybe next year, another 2 or 3 years from now, they're gonna do like Black White remakes. And I pray to God they better not fucking do it the way they did it with Diamond and Pearl. Please don't make a chibi Game Freak. Please do it in the Legend style way, or Pokemon Sword and Shield style, like that. Don't do it in that stupid little fucking chibi art thing. Please don't. I'm begging, please do not fucking do it like that. And that's it. Like I said, from I'm out of here. No out today. Peace out on the SoundCloud. Ladies and mice, see you on the flip side. Take it easy. I'm going them out. Save Merchant Conscious channel, and I'll talk to you guys soon. I'll take any of the government, the what's it called, nanobites or shots or any of that stuff, or hydrogels, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Take it easy, stay safe, and let them out. See you in the next future content for this channel, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Take it easy, stay safe. I'm out of here. See you next time. Take care, everyone. Goodbye.